and custodians of the land on which we are recording this podcast, the Bidjigal and Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. We pay respects to elders past and present and extend our respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people from all nations of this land. Hey, welcome to the Pick Me Up podcast, Dom.
Thanks for having me.
We're here with Dominik Dale and also
June
baby.
Yeah, baby.
Which we're going to get into.
For sure.
Where that came from and the newness of it and the funness of it. But can you firstly just give those who aren't aware of your music a little rundown of your vibe?
Ooh, a little rundown of my vibe. So pretty cool, pretty calm, mostly collected. I've been basically producing for over 10 years, working with singers, other producers, ghostwriting for people, and recently mixing and mastering for some pretty cool people, which is awesome. But yeah, mostly self-taught, studied at Icon Collective in LA, but I did it all on Zoom.
How good Zoom?
Not so good at
that's
4
true.
or 5 o'clock in the morning before
yeah,
cafe
true, the time
shift.
change.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was a hustle. And no hex. Because it's
yeah, it's
American
international.
School. Yeah, not the
Okay,
best.
so maybe I retract
Broke
that.
boy
But
year.
also kind of cool.
Came out of it pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, started doing all that. Been doing it professionally for probably the past 4 or 5 years, working with people.
Yeah, nice.
And kind of trying to bring a bit more fun back into it. It got very serious. And now I'm trying to do a bit more of a more fun dance-inspired project that kind of back to my roots of where I actually wanted to be when I started.
Yep.
And then just kind of got distracted a million times along the way. And yeah, that's where June Baby's kind of come from.
Yeah. Let's just go straight into it. Tell us about June Baby.
June Baby is me. I was born in June, so...
Oh, I was going to say,
Yeah, I'm a
is that
June baby.
the month have a meaning?
Yeah, some people thought it was like D-U-N-E.
Oh, like the movie Dune.
I guess so.
But then you
like,
would say Dune.
Dune Baby. Yeah, but like I guess I call them a sand dune.
Sand dune. Sand dune. Yeah, I
Sand
do
dune,
say sand dune. Yeah, okay.
Dune sounds weird.
Dune is American.
Yeah, Dune.
Sand dune.
Which would be ironic because that is where I completely destroyed my shoulder.
Oh, on a sand dune?
Yeah, quad biking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, did you roll a quad bike?
Nah,
Oh.
even better.
Oh.
I'm not going to name drop, but the instructor misled us off a part of the course.
We were in Newcastle.
Not name dropping. I actually don't remember, but I don't think so. And we were going. I was already having a bad time.
Yeah.
Getting onto the truck, my jeans ripped straight between my legs, and I was like, "Yeah, something's going wrong today." My friends start going like really fast on like the practice run, and they were like, "Cool, you're in the fast group, you're in the slow group," and then they were like, "You're in the like middle," and I was like, "My friends," and they were like, "All right, go with your friends," and I was like, "Cool, I'm one of them," and then they take us, and they start going, and they were like, "There's a speed limit of like X," I was like, "Well, I'm doing that." And they're breaking away like crazy. Wind's whipping my eyes. They like start crying. I'm like, oh no, this is going really badly. And then...
You didn't have one of the things on the helmet that you pulled down?
Nah, they were like, just bring sunnies. And I was like, yeah, name brands that work, please, because I did not know. And then, yeah, next thing you know, I've kind of lost the guys and I'm following their tracks. And I'm like, cool, we're going to go up this slope and at the top of this hill, I'll see him in the distance. I'll easily catch up.
Yeah.
Except I got to the top of the hill and I see my friends down. 6 meters of sand dune just drops off.
Oh.
They've all been sent over the edge. And I go, oh, I don't want to kill my friends. Nearly did
That's
anyways.
considerate
but,
of you.
Yeah, very considerate. It was my first thought. Second thought was, pump the brakes. That's how you stop this. Throw myself off the front. Land flat on my
was a
back.
gasp.
Like at the very, that was a gasp. That was intense. A little quieter than me when I did this, but yeah. So I've like pumped the brakes, thrown myself over, landed flat on my back.
Shite.
I've gone, oh, like
Oh
that
my
really
God.
hurt. And then the quad bike
I can't even.
follows.
I'm such a visual person that I'm just
imagine when someone goes, ah, and they put their hands up,
Yeah.
scary movie vibe. That, but then all the weight of the quad bike went into one shoulder.
Did this
Sorry,
all happen in
just
slow
didn't say that
motion for
straight
you?
into the mic.
That's fine.
Landing on my back kind of happened an instant.
Yeah.
But the quad bike coming down, I was like, oh, yeah. And that
Slow-mo.
Yeah, completely shredded my shoulder. So I'm glad to not be Dune Baby.
Yeah.
Also
I'm really
glad
glad
to be
that you're... I'm glad that I'm
Killing it.
June Baby and not Dune Baby, but I'm just
Yeah.
happy to be here, guys.
But I do like sand, so
You do like sand.
I love
Okay, we're getting
the
so
beach.
distracted.
Yeah.
But I love the beach as well. Okay, so June Baby.
Yes.
We're June Baby, just to clarify.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm just completely
Talk us through
derailed.
what the vibe is versus Dominik Dale versus June Baby.
Yeah, cool. So Dominik Dale kind of it started off being dancey, me singing on a lot of stuff. Then I got up in my feelings and started becoming more of a songwriter, singer-songwriter vibe.
We love feelings.
We love feelings, and especially the big ones.
The big feelings.
But yeah, the vibe kind of changed for me, and I was still making some songs on the side that were going to be fun and bouncy, and they started to not align with what I was doing for Dominik Dale. And then it was funny, I made a song with Ned, and that was the tipping point. I've gone, you know what, if I release this song and then I release a club banger, they won't know what's going on anymore. And I just decided then and there, this needs a new name. I don't know how I even came up with the name. I mean,
You're born in
told
June.
you, but yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of got
Yeah.
it. We're good. And then, yeah, from there I've just kind of been exploring the more DJ focused side of things that I kind of started out with, but yeah, like I said, and like I've shown already, derailed. And so now just getting back into that and kind of making producing more fun again.
Yep.
Focusing on that has been exciting, and yeah, looking to bring in more collaborators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't have to sing on everything anymore.
I was going to say, do you sing on your own tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last Dominik Dale record, I Think I'm Feeling This One, I sang on.
Yep.
A lot of the EP work that I do, I sing on, and it just tends to be the remixes that end up being clubbier, which in turn probably should have been June Baby tunes, but here we are.
Because I saw that you mentioned that you started doing YouTube covers and that wasn't the way to make it in the music industry.
No,
Talk
wasn't
us-
a way to
talk-
make it through high school.
Talk
That
us
was
through how
terrible.
this all started. Did you start by putting songs on YouTube of covers and stuff, and then you were
Yeah.
like, this isn't working for me, I need to try something else
It was
out? Or
working for me.
it was working for
I
you.
was very confident.
I love that.
It wasn't working for the audience.
Okay.
It was not good.
Hey, at least were you having a good time though?
Great time.
Yeah. That's important.
I literally figured out you could plug in the microphone for SingStar into my computer.
Oh my gosh, I used to love SingStar.
Works as a USB mic.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. The red or
Doesn't
the
sound too
blue?
bad.
Remember? With
I
the
think
red
it was
or the
always
blue?
red.
Yeah.
But
That's really fun.
yeah. Well, the high school bullying part wasn't so fun.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
So you got bullied from putting stuff on you.
Destroyed.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's offline. I hope
Yeah.
no one can find it after this. But I did a cover of Rack City.
He went there.
I went there. 10, 20s on them, bitch. You know what I mean? I was giving it everything. And, yeah, that video ended up being played on, the teacher's, projector in class.
Oh, gosh.
By other students just to mock me.
Oh, that's fucked.
That's a one word for it, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that kind of sucked. And then,
Did that have a big impact on you getting into music going forward?
as of therapy, maybe 6 months ago, has revealed that, yeah, probably is a strong undercurrent as to why I've got fear of failure and stuff like that
Totally.
now. But yeah, it was pretty hefty. And I did school musicals and I loved that. And that was never a problem. But the school talent shows, I would never participate in. Because I knew that the people who would bully me are forced to watch it. You know how it's
Yeah.
in assembly and we've got XYZ performing or so-and-so singing the national anthem.
Yeah.
And I was like, not me.
Yeah.
No. And everyone was always like, why, you're so good, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because those guys don't believe I'm good, and I'm going to hear about this for a lot longer than you will.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, so that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But then, so I was just doing heaps of covers, then made probably some of the worst music of my life. But we all start there.
I was going to say, you've got to go through that.
Yeah, I just wish I didn't release it. I'm glad self-distributing music wasn't a thing back then. Like permanently embed it into the
social media
airwaves.
videos and it just being on the internet forever.
Yeah, like you make a TikTok and then someone saved it and they've backed that up to an archive of terrible music. But yeah, the vibe kind of went from covers to, hey, I just found out that there are like acid disco loops in this software. I like making dance songs now. And they were also bad. And then, yeah, I started experimenting in like probably year 9 with Ableton. And I was working, it was so funny, right? There was this production group and we were basically just trying to figure it out. Everyone online was just like, hey, how do I do this? And I ended up working with a guy called Tyron Happy. And I don't know if that name rings a bell for you, but he recently produced, do you remember Astronaut in the Ocean from Masked Wolf?
Yes.
Yeah. And like, he's killing it now.
That's so, yeah,
and he used
wow.
to jump on Skype like every night, me, him, and this dude called Mark, and we would just hash out how to produce.
Oh,
and it was
wow.
crazy.
Yeah, right. That is crazy.
He's had a much better run than me so far.
Hey, it's a
But
big
there's
industry.
time. It's a huge industry.
And it's hard. Do you think that the industry in Australia is hard?
I haven't really got experience of it anywhere else. Like,
That's true.
it's such a diplomatic answer, wasn't
That
it?
is a very
That was
diplomatic
great.
answer.
I think Australian society can tend to be like rooting for you, and then the moment you do well, people are turning on people very quickly. Or like one of my friend's experiences was that he moved out of Sydney and then got booked to play the show that he wanted to play in Sydney for so long. It was when Chinese Laundry was running.
That's, oh my gosh, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I moved to Brisbane and they booked me and they want to pay for flights, accom, and everything. And he's like,
That's
dude,
so
I
wild.
used to drive to this club. Like, I wanted to play here when I was here, but they just didn't care yet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I do a lot of my work at home. And so,
I was
like,
going to say, have you got a studio?
yeah, so I've got a 2-bed apartment and the
Yeah.
second room's the studio.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
Like, I feel no matter where I'm working, it can still work out.
Yep.
Like, I could be doing America jobs here. Like,
Yeah, for
who
sure.
knows? But, I mean, it's been pretty difficult to break in. It's difficult to keep your money. Like, things just go up and down and you end up paying people for services. And that's kind of why I started trying to teach myself everything.
Yep.
Because I didn't want to pay anyone. I was kind of just like, even now, I'm on the cheapest gym membership you could ever find. Like, one
Aren't we
gym
all?
only $12.50, and
Yeah.
like not even an offer anymore. But they've somehow let it keep going. I'm like, I just don't like to spend a lot of money on stuff that I don't feel like I need to. And
Yeah. I mean, in this economy,
in this economy, man, there's
Yeah.
rent to pay,
yeah.
food bills.
So expensive being an adult.
Ugh, yeah,
Ugh.
cancel that.
My next question about your music stuff is your Honeybee track,
Yes,
10K.
10K.
Woo!
Cracked it, which is freaking sick.
And how long's it been out for?
Since the end of June. So
So,
not too long.
That's
Few
amazing.
months, couple
That's
months.
awesome.
Is it a couple?
Yeah,
I don't know. This
like
year
1.5.
is just on 2 times speed.
Yeah. seriously. Can you talk us through like your writing process for a track like that?
Yeah, that one's funny. I met up with this guy on like Zoom, I think, during lockdowns and all of that. His name's James Malco, and he basically had the basis of the song and was like, I don't really know what to do with this one. And then I just took what he already had and kind of flipped it and enhanced it and made it a lot like more full and ready to go. But yeah, like usually with starting a song from scratch for this Gym Baby stuff, I found like bringing in a vocal from any style, like it could be Flow Rider's Low, like it
Yeah.
could be anything, and then just making drums that fit that, a vibe that fits that, and like making it feel like a party tune,
Yeah.
and then just take the vocal out and you've got an original song.
Yeah, nice.
And that's kind of made it a bit more fun.
That's a super interesting
Yeah.
way of doing. I mean, I'm not super familiar with that style of music, so
Yeah,
it's
like
cool to hear. Like,
I mean, it kind of there's no real set routine, and like it's funny. I do a lot of like my production work on the go on my laptop, so
Yep.
like it's kind of what's the mood right now? What am I experimenting with? Like sometimes you get like a new plugin or a new piece of gear, and you're like, all right, well let's test that on a bunch of random stuff.
yeah,
And all of a sudden you're like, that inspired me. Like that, there's always like a weird
Right,
light bulb
right.
moment. And then the world kind of goes blurry for a few hours, and you're like, got a song together now. That's cool. Thanks,
Sick.
world. Like,
Yeah.
it makes no sense when you get there, but
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, that's cool.
yeah, that is cool. The world and the mind are crazy.
Yeah.
And what inspires you?
What inspired? Wait, was that a question?
No, that like what does inspire you that
right.
you're like, oh, that's random. We're gonna do some top 3.
Damn, let's do it.
Are you ready for this top 3?
I'm always ready because, like I said, let's just go.
Top 3 instruments to listen to.
Ooh. Number 1, saxophone.
Oh, same.
There is something about
A good
jazz,
saxophone, right?
like, but jazz,
Yeah.
sax. Oh, and like, I've never actually. No, I've picked up a saxophone. I was gonna say I've never heard one played badly.
But I picked one up and it was
But
me.
I picked one up, and it was
Him, guys. The bad sax.
no, it was me and Ned.
It was
actually.
June, baby.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Don't put dirt on his name. And then like, yeah, I think it was in a session with maybe Ned, and my parents gave me an old sax that they had at the house when they were moving, and they were like, "You might have a use for this." I literally just made foghorn noises with it. Like once I could muster up the energy to like make a note with it, it was just trash. But yeah, first one, saxophone for sure.
Agreed.
Um,
I have a really weird one.
mm-hmm.
I really love listening to the bass clarinet.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
why. It's weird, right?
I couldn't put my finger on what that would even sound like. Can you give us an impression?
Nah. I thought about that.
Right on the spot.
I thought about that. I was like, how do I like? I'd be like getting
Look,
right
it's
down
like
in my
right down there, right? It's like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Number 2, I think, is just like a
That's funny.
piano, like just straight
yeah.
piano.
Yeah.
Like I feel like any type of piano or like keys sound really gets me.
Sometimes I listen to like just jazz piano or classical piano to go to sleep to.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
weird?
such a vibe. No, it's such a vibe.
I love it.
I listen to rain sounds every night.
I was having this conversation. I can't remember who it was with, but rain sounds or like white noise or like just random. Like I think it's so popular now for people to
Yeah.
listen to stuff
The
to fall
world's
asleep
busy.
to.
The world's busy.
And
The
now you can do
brain's
timer
busy.
on Spotify. So I just put a little timer on and then my,
Dude,
speaker
Google
turned
Homes
its-
have it built in,
of course it bloody does.
and I'm a little tech nerd. So I say goodnight to my Google, and it turns off everything in the house. Like turns off all the studio,
That's
all
so
the lights.
good.
Because they put the light switch outside the bloody bedroom.
Wait, Google turns your light switches off?
Oh, I got like smart lights and stuff. It gets me so gassed. I love it. It was like something that
I need
when
to
I
do that.
moved out with my fiance, I was so like, oh, you're about to enter a whole world of technology that you weren't ready for. Like, I love this stuff. Like, I've got little switches in the studio that turn off all the power boards and everything. So I just say, hey, Google, turn off the studio, and it's done. Lights out, baby.
You're living in the future.
Right now, yeah.
All right, what's your third instrument?
Yeah, I was just buying time. I
Yeah.
actually don't know.
Saxophone, piano.
Sax, piano.
I've done 3. Saxophone, bass, clarinet.
Bass, clarinet.
Yeah.
Dude, the
I
third
don't know
one's
what to do.
really hard. Because I can't just say like a synthesizer that I really like.
Why?
because
I reckon
feel
you
like
could.
There's still a keyboard.
What about like a harp?
Nah.
Okay.
I was about to say they all just sound the same, but I've
You will insult someone.
yeah. That's not what this podcast is for.
No.
Everyone's included.
Yeah.
Except the harp players.
We love harps. Players.
Double
And
whammy
harps.
on the June baby name then. My favorite synth is actually the Juno 106 by Roland.
Plug.
I bought one secondhand,
Damn.
and my life has been made. It has
That's where
been
all
my
the
dream,
June baby tracks are coming from.
Quite literally.
I love that.
Like June, my birthday, June, no, the synth. Literally, I think that was how I came up with the name actually.
From the synth.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's part of the sound.
Inspirational.
Yeah. Game changer. But yeah,
Woo!
what's your third?
Bass, clarinet, piano, and saxophone.
Oh. So basically mine, but you just went booze.
Yeah, bass, clarinet. I can't go any lower than that.
Huge top 3. Now we got to start a band with all 6 of those options.
Oh my gosh. That'll be an interesting. Bass clarinet sounds good. Anyway, I digress so often.
I'm going to look it up when I get home.
Yeah.
Bass clarinet solos.
Yeah. You'll get into
Through
it.
amps.
Yeah.
Like, just full rig it up.
How's your Thursday night?
Whew.
Listening to bass clarinet solos.
Dude, the drive home's going to be lit.
I'd like to ask you a big question.
Shit.
How are you? Without saying good.
Yeah, no. I'm going.
I'm going.
I'm going. No, that's a fair call, actually. I'm going. Yeah, things have been a bit up and down recently. I've got exciting things, and I've had a few pretty big blows. I mean, without going too far into it, I recently kind of cut ties with my parents.
Oh, wow.
Just not seeing eye to eye on anything, and it just kind of got to a point where it was like, we're not gonna get past this, are we? So that's been really hard. My therapist, Kate, is a legend, and she's been
Great
really helpful.
name.
So I've heard. 2 for 2, baby. Then that's been good, bad. But then the good things, like I've been doing a lot of studio upgrades and things like that have got me excited, and like work with the publishing deal that I've signed with is like slowly growing, and I'm getting a bit more focused into that. I just kind of feel like I'm on the right path musically, while like the wrong things are kind of like slipping away. They're kind of like were pulling me back, but I'm like slowly releasing them one by one. And like I got my fitness really in check at the moment. I don't know if you've been across my Instagram where I'm slightly slutting it up most mornings.
No, I haven't. I will get on it now though.
It's great. Like,
what's your fitness routine?
Just straight arms. No, I'm joking.
Arm day.
Mondays, my fun upper body day.
Talk us through what's fun.
You know when you like don't want to do something, but then like there are certain things that you're like, oh, that one was kind of cool though.
Like burpees?
No.
I love
not
burpees.
With my knees. That's a burp. One.
I don't know
that's
why.
Just one burp, and I'm out. I'm done.
One burp and I'm out.
Singular.
One burp, guys.
But like, yeah, you do the exercises. I do like 4 exercises that I like. I treat myself good. If it doesn't feel right, I just won't do it. And then Tuesday's legs, Wednesday's kind of like harder upper body, and then Thursday's kind of like slack legs when I can't really.
You gotta have a slack day.
But like, yeah, I just kind of go by how I'm feeling. I mean, I've lost 15 kilos so far.
Have you?
Yeah.
Fucking good on you.
Yeah, thanks.
Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I feel awesome. And like, the goal's about like 35. So like...
You're halfway almost.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good on you.
Matt.
Proud.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm proud too. I mean...
Have you found that like increasing your fitness has helped your mental health?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I find that so much.
I didn't want to believe it.
Yeah, right?
Like,
I'm like that too.
It's one of those things where everyone, like, I was literally saying this to Kirsten the other day. I was like, you know what really sucks? Is like, they tell you eat whole foods and go to the gym, go for a walk, exercise, do things that help your head. And I was like, I was in this pit where I was like, well, I'm drinking a bottle of red wine every night because it makes me feel good. And I'm not doing anything because I'm putting all this time into music because that feels good. And then I did all of the things that they said, and I'm like, oh, I've been missing out. Like, even like dieting and staying under calorie count, we're trying to do like these frozen meals and stuff. It just doesn't do enough for your body. And then you eat the whole foods and you're like, oh,
yep.
Welcome to the fitness podcast.
Yeah.
But like, no, it straight up changed a lot of things. And that was even recently, we just figured that out. So
yeah.
It started falling off. Lost like 4 kilos in like about 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel the same. I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, I can't like motivate myself to do the exercise. But then when I do it, I'm like, damn, the endorphin hit like after. for me is so good. Like the other night, I just could not get myself go. I'm doing the City to Surf on Sunday.
Oh, huge. I could
And
never.
I'd like-
not with these knees here.
Could-
I'm gonna sit like.
Oh, the knees.
I'm risking the pants. The
Oh my gosh.
black.
The black boots.
The black boots.
And I just couldn't get myself to like go for a run. And then I went for a run, and after I was like so productive.
Do you
I did
run
all of the
normally?
things.
Do you run normally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you told me, hey, if you go for a run, you'll feel great, I'd be like, nah,
It's not my thing, man.
maybe not. I mean, I've only
And I
just
had
gotten
like,
to the
a
point.
nice lean dinner, a bit of chicken and broccolini.
Nothing to prep you more for a sprint than that. The City to Surf. Have you done it before?
Yeah. Only once, like 5 years ago.
Did you win?
Yeah. I am
All
the
of it,
winner.
dude.
I am the winner.
Put the trophy
No,
behind
I probably
on the back
like
wall.
at the back.
Yeah, we'll have to.
But I have a goal this
definitely
year. I
look
want
for
to do
that
it in
after
like
the show.
90, 95 minutes, which is
What's
like a good
like
pace.
the average time?
I don't know. I'm thinking like the super fast people do it. I don't know. I'm assuming like 45 minutes. I don't know, Justin.
4 to 5 or 45? So glad we asked him. But
Justin's filming for those who are listening and you can't like hear his voice. He's the film guy
he gave us
And
one
he
piece
said-
of advice,
yeah.
and it was ask his girlfriend.
who's not here.
Rigged.
Yeah, cool. Anyway, we're digressing again.
But you're trying to set a better time this time,
Yeah.
and that's mad. I hope you
Yeah.
get it. When is
Thanks. Sunday.
it? Sick.
Yeah. Anyway, we're talking about you.
Nah,
Yeah.
turn it around. No.
So you've increased your fitness and healthy
Yeah.
lifestyle and you're feeling good.
Feeling way better.
Yep.
Feel like my thoughts actually work now.
And you're still seeing a therapist, if you don't mind me asking?
On and off.
Yeah.
Like I kind of, I suppose like cut it off with her, but we kind of had our little therapy breakup. Once I cut my family off and like well, not my family, my parents. And the tides had kind of settled, and I was like coming into sessions basically looking for something to talk about. And that kind of got to the point where she was like, I think you've got what it takes and what you need. And so that was good. That was
Yeah,
comforting.
that's great.
It's nice to be told that you're on the right track to
100%.
sorting things out, and that you're not necessarily the crazy one in the situation of many crazy things.
Yeah.
So like, that was definitely a crazy help. Seeing a psych tomorrow actually for an ADHD diagnosis, because that's been plaguing me. And the questionnaire that you have to fill out.
Huge.
Oh my gosh. My
Yeah.
fiance was like, she took there's this one test that they give you where it's like never, almost never, sometimes, all of that, hard agree, whatever, for like 20 odd questions. And she was like, can I read them out and tick them off for you? And I was like, yeah, of course. And she's like reading them out, and it's like, do you regularly lose track during conversations and forget what you're talking about? And she's like already hovering the pencil over
the
the
yes?
strongly agree.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, God.
But like, isn't that going to be such a good thing if you do?
Sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
I wasn't going to use the word sort it out, but yeah.
Sort of. If I do make positive changes
Yeah.
to my mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people who are getting that diagnosis, and it's like changing their life.
Yeah. I mean, like, my parents were like, oh, it's such a, like, trendy thing. But, like, both of my sisters have been diagnosed already.
Yeah.
They're medicated.
And also,
it's
fucking
helping
good
them.
that it's been spoken about.
Yeah. But,
you
like,
know?
definitely reckon my mum probably has it too.
Yeah.
And it would explain a fair few things.
Yeah.
But just, like, so many older people in denial that it's a thing. It's like, you kids have just got too many things to look at. And it's like, well, maybe that's part of the problem. And, like, we're expected to do a lot more because money's a terrible place at the moment. And, like, housing's terrible. And there's all these things that you were told, this is really going to be nice and easy when you finish school. You buy a house and life's going to be schmick. But, like, nah.
Yeah.
It's so different.
So rough.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
If you could give someone who is in the music industry some sort of advice, whether that be career advice or looking after their mental health, and I do have to mention we are not mental health professionals, but just from your own...
Definitely put a disclaimer on that one for me.
experiences, like what would you want to say? Or is there anything you want to add about?
Something that I've done personally that I think has got me way further ahead than some of my peers who have quit when it got hard, or, you know, they couldn't afford to pay for extra services to get their music out. It's just doing the thing. Like, there's so many tutorials that keep you bogged up, and doing the actual task itself of making music is the only way you get better at it.
Yep.
And like vocal engineering, people hate it. I just was like, well, I don't want to pay someone to record me and edit my vocals, because what if they're wrong?
Yep.
So I just kept trying to learn that. Now I get paid to do that.
Heck
like
yeah.
it's like a lot of people will say there's no money in music, but it's because they haven't got the skills to sell themselves to do the thing. So I think, 100% just doing the task will make you better at it.
Are you ready for scenario?
Shoot.
Do you need me to explain it again, or are you good?
Every single time.
Again.
Explain it to me again, because, I forgot.
So I'm going to read out the scenario, and then you're going to scooch in, because the camera on that side, we're going to create a little Polaroid moment of the scenario.
Okay, perfect.
I'll count us down. 3, 2, 1.
Mad.
Ready for it?
Yeah. How long do I have to figure out the pose?
3 seconds.
Far out. All
Yep.
right, I'll scooch in early. Make sure we're in it.
Are we in? Okay, we're in. All right.
I'm stressed.
You're on a plane full of people.
Oh, God, that's the worst thing.
You're about to take off. The flight attendant says, "There is a message, and it's for you, Dom. We have someone who would like to have a word with you before we take off." You feel a tap on your shoulder and turn around to see Christina Aguilera singing Happy Birthday to you.
I think that was actually my reaction. But, dude, I'm like deadly scared of flying.
Like, oh my gosh.
I'm like already shaking thinking about it.
Oh my goodness. We've...
Can't wait
warning.
for my honeymoon.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
I mean, should I be like looking?
I don't know. I just pretended you were Christina Aguilera then.
I was like, Christina Aguilera just touched me on the shoulder.
Did you?
What? All right.
Did you get it?
I feel like if I was looking away, it's probably not as good though.
All right.
Cool.
That's a wrap.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Dominik Dale and June Baby.
2 personalities, 1 body, baby. Let's go.
You. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.